Welcome along then to Great Britain and the Great Silverstone circuit for today's Grand Prix. With good opportunities to overtake at the end of the Wellington and Hanger Straights, there's a lot of potential for close action around the 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit. With 18 corners and average lap speeds of around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the longest and quickest circuits on the calendar. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Now I want to ask you about Lewis Hamilton. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Daniel Ricciardo, Oldtimer, Albon, Norris, Perez, and Esteban Ocon, Hamilton, Stroll, Carlos Sainz, and Gasly, Fiat, Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen, and Kimi Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Aitken, Russell, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
So hi guys, how's it going? A really quick turnaround these the last couple of races. So this is episode 12. It's the F1 2020 game. As per the last 11, we're at Silverstone, and yeah, welcome. So let's have a quick chat on the last one just while this is loading. We finished P7, which was a half decent result. We did get the strategy wrong though.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, cheers Jeff. Yeah, we got the strategy kind of a bit wrong. We went on the hards, and all the runners in front of us went on mediums, so we maybe had the pace to nick a place or two, but P7 you've got to be happy with that. I think we started 14th as well, so yeah, you'll take that. So yeah, a little story. Our teammate Jack Aitken, his contract was up for renewal, so we went to renew it with what we thought was a fair offer, and he declined it, and it was sort of the 11th hour. We could have lost Jack Aitken for the season. We would have had to replace him with another F2 driver, but I gave an improved offer and he agreed, so he needs to step up now that we've given him a bit more of a lucrative contract for the good chip boys. So yeah, that's a little story. We have got 3 minor upgrades, I think 2 to the aero package and 1 to the durability. Hopefully the ERS, because that's doing my head in at the minute. It keeps conking out halfway round the lap. Not every lap, but some laps. So yeah, that's that. We'll go on to the qualifying, and we qualified P7, but then as you heard in the intro there, Hamilton has got, I think this is his 3rd penalty now. So he starts from P11, he actually qualified on pole, so we get promoted to 6th, which is decent. And we've got our main rival is Perez, who is I think about 10th, and ahead of him is Vettel. He's on P2. I don't think we're going to have the pace to catch the front sort of 2-3 cars. I might be wrong, but we'll see. Practice went okay, so anyhow, we'll go on to the race strategy and see what I picked out. And I've gone for a very simple strategy this time, and that's 10 laps on the soft either way, so it could be 9, could be 11, something like that. We'll see where we are in race trim, and then onto the medium tyre for the last stint. It's very straightforward. It could have gone on a one-stop finishing on the hards, but again, I'd rather go on mediums, I think, after what happened in the last race. The forecast is sunny, so no chance of any rain. We will put the fuel up again like we normally do in every race, so that's done there. So yeah, so the intro's done, the car setup's done, strategy's done. So for the 12th time, thanks for watching and subscribing, liking and posting some comments. I've had a couple of bits of feedback, which is nice to see. I think we've got 20 subscribers, so yeah, keep pressing that subscribe button and enjoy. Let's see if we can get a good handful of points and help us get a bit further up in the championship. So here we go. It's a 26 lap race. A bit of a delayed start. A really good second phase. That's a fantastic second phase. Really impressive start this. Sticking into Ridge straight away. Probably one of my best first corners ever. Really impressed with that start, really happy with that. Oh, nearly get that so wrong. We're going to put ourselves under a bit of pressure here. Can't really overtake into this section though. The car is all over the place at the moment. I did tinker around with the balance and true to form, the ERS has gone, what we can really do with it. A bit quiet on this first lap obviously, just trying to get settled in. But a great start anyway, P4. Finish here, that would be absolutely fantastic, but it's a very long race. It's a long lap time here. This corner here just seems to take forever. We get the power down again. Tiny bit of time there. These are the corners where it's won or lost. I had a big off in practice. Kvyat collected me while I was doing a sort of long run on the medium tyre. So it took up a little bit of my time sort of to get where I wanted to be pace wise. So it just proved, and that was just in practice, that proves that overtaking, you can't do it in that section.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
DRS is now on. Leclerc's looking very racy behind. Very racy indeed. The Ferraris have been quick all weekend, they've been topping. I'm not far topping off the timesheets. Come on, corner. Really have to commit to that. We're under a bit of pressure here. Managed to keep that on the track. I've been really committed through that, especially that last part. And we're under pressure here.
Vettel's the race leader.
Vettel's got past Verstappen. good series of corners for the Ferrari boys, it seems. Not a lot we could have done there, we've just got a really bad exit. So Leclerc goes kind of sideways. We're going to have a job to try and keep up with him. This phase of the race, we're just getting found out a little bit power-wise. I had a look on the charts and we're actually the second best car on the second worst car on the grid. So we're really outperforming the car at the minute until all these upgrades come. Every car, they all get upgrades, and some of the bigger teams will obviously get better ones for anyone that's played the game. With this being the first season, budgets are tight, especially for the new team, which is us. So we can only bring certain upgrades at certain times, and we only have enough points, resource points, to get a select few upgrades at a time. Oh, that last part just gets slightly wrong. We're going to be under pressure here again. We're going to go to the inside this time and try and defend it off. Try and squeeze Ricciardo out.
Try to stay with him, he might make a mistake. He could still regain the position.
Well, I hope so, Jeff. Yeah, like I was saying, that we're desperate for extra upgrades, because compared to the top teams, we really are punching above our weight. So we're effectively where we started the race now, on lap 5. We may have a chance to DRS. Ricciardo goes wide, that could give us an opportunity. Very quick in a straight line. I don't know. Accelerating up the corner, it's just got a lot more pace on us. I'd be more than happy here if we can stick to where we are. Set that a little bit better. If we can stick to sort of where we are, 5th, 6th, 7th, and beat Perez, I'll take that from this weekend quite happily. As we run wide there, we are keeping Ricciardo honest, at least. Just see there, sort of the speed difference. We're going to have to go on the inside and defend. Oh, Jesus Christ. Albon, what were you doing there, son? Just reminded me of the Schumacher-Barrichello thing there. And that could have been game over. Really did throw it across us. I've just had a feeling there for a second that we were going to have to run from the back. Get it slightly wrong. Oh dear, just caught the grass on the inside there. I'll go to the inside here. I don't know what Albon's doing here. I mean,
be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Is he wanting to get a DNF, or is he a bit jealous because he's not in F1 this year? We don't know. Twice he's gone really like Kung Fu Panda. definitely be having a word with him after the race. Might try and give him some driving tips. So we're on lap 7 of 26. All that squabbling has let Ricardo get off the hook a little bit. So he's now 1.2 ahead of us. Oh. And I got my finger trapped on the brake there. Cost us 2 positions. That just shows that's fairly annoying. It's gonna have to, that'll take some getting back now, that.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Albon gets all wrong there, and Hamilton is ready and waiting, and we are as well. Do I trust Albon? We're going to go wide again to get... Oh, we took it too wide.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
What we didn't want to do was let our rival Perez get in front of us. That's exactly what's happened. So 2 mistakes in that one lap has cost us 3 places. And it could be 4 here if Ocon gets his move on. I think he's a bit late to the party though. Like I was saying, we're just struggling for that top end, and the speed just out the corner. It's like the power. Just we can't seem to get it down quick enough. Go to the inside again. Oh, this could be a Norris moment. This. I think what we might do is box. So we get it wrong again going in there. Hasn't cost us too much though this time. We're currently out of the points. I had put the setup sort of leaning towards outright speed. Maybe being detrimental because out of the corners we are absolutely atrocious. There's just no speed. There's just no pull. So we get DRS for probably one of the first times in the race. And this is probably the first circuit of the year where our car performance has really been shown up. I mean, Renault
Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
not really looked at the tyre situation, but I'm guessing we're going to be not far off 55%. I don't think there's going to be any... you're better to do an undercut than an overcut, really. Especially as we're going on to medium tyres, so that's what we'll do. We'll go in the pits this lap, and then hopefully a couple may go on to hards. We may have a nightmare pit stop by one of the teams. And we could get a couple of guys that get held up in traffic as well, so it could work to our advantage. But this first phase of the race has not been great. We have made a few mistakes. See there, just in the mirror, Stroll's absolutely like racing onto the bumper, and he just strolls past. It's quite disappointing. We will try and overtake him because he'll probably, as we get a touch from behind, but we're going in this lap. And that was it. Yeah, that's a tough first stint. A couple of mistakes, granted, but it's clear to see that the pace just isn't there. The upgrades that we've got are just, they're not really. I mean, is that Ricardo? That's Ricardo in front of us. So we were knocking on the door of him at one stage.
Go, exit now. We're racing on the exit. Go, go, go.
That, however, is a fantastic pit stop by the Good Chip boys. Just a shout out to Good Chip. They've raised a lot of money for Blind Dogs Association, so well done, chaps, on that. Right, so phase 2. So we've got to see these tyres until the end. Yeah, we'll go rich for a couple of laps now, pretty standard. Keep an eye on Norris, 3.1 to gap. He's actually gone onto the hard tyre as well, so yeah, have we taken a big risk and getting a puncture late on? I mean, if we want any sort of points, this is what we're going to have to do really. There's no other alternative. 2.7 the gap, 2.6, so we've taken that quite well. Jack in the pits.
Jack is in the pits. Jack in the pits.
Feels a little bit like France, Paul Ricard, where we seemed a bit more racy in the second half of the race, but Perez is on the medium. He normally knows what he's doing strategy-wise, so but he's also very kind on the tyres. So who's he getting held up by here? Norris? Has Norris pitted? I'm not sure. I think he has. Those are the two guys that we want to pass to get into the points. I think there might be one other car that's...
The car ahead is coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tyres.
I think there is a car ahead that's stayed out. So that would put us a net P11. We'll have one more sort of lap on the ridge, I think, and then go into standard and save, a lap's worth towards the end. We are catching up at this stage, it's quite interesting. How can our pace be so off on the soft tyre and then come to life on the medium? I did do a lot of laps on the medium in the practice session, Michael. Stroll comes in the pit, or comes out the pit, sorry. Out behind Ocon. Yeah, we see a bit more racing in these early stages.
Target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
Yeah, I hear you, Jeff. With 3 goes of that corner. Halfway through the race. All wrong really, just lost a good second there, or well, half a second I would say. We will gain it back a little bit, I think, coming up here, all being well. Gain that time that we lost. And we've got the DRS as well. Perez will obviously have it. So we are currently in the points, just. But we really need to get in front of Perez just to make that battle a bit more interesting. He's had a couple of really good races, as have we. There's certain tracks that suit certain cars. This one, I don't think it suits our car. Well, that's what I feel anyway. The gap is under a second as he gets the move done on Norris. I could have done with holding him up for another lap really, but lap 15. If Perez can pull further ahead, we'll be able to get the DRS on Norris. That would help. Make things a lot easier for us to pass him. Because on bare speed alone, I don't think we've got the touch to get by him. So you can see. Slightly wrong. We will get the DRS though, so we will get some of that back. Take a lot of curb there. So I've got enough pace to sort of keep with him, but just not enough to get by him, which is annoying. He's on the hard tyre as well. Good thing is Perez hasn't really left him though, so that's something. We have got a bit of a buffer to walk on as well, so I think 10th place is going to be secure. Fingers crossed. Hello. Hello, hello. Got a bit lucky there. I started really sort of catching him up and I was like, oh, is there a chance? I thought he might have backed out of it, but he didn't. and a half to be exact. Not quite enough to get the job done. Perez is really not leaving Norris here. I thought he would do, but Norris is keeping him honest. Check the tyre situation, 21%, so not looking too bad.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
Cheers, Jeff. Cheers for that. And who is it that we're catching in 7th? Oh, we've got a chance here. We've got a chance. He got sideways, and we're going to try and get down the inside. Do lock up, but more importantly, we get the job done. I think Norris is challenging us around the outside.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
For now, yeah. And that was just by fortune. Didn't really see an opportunity there, but we've got there. So that's P9. Really important that we overtook him. I say that really did come out the blue, really. Ooh. We might be giving that place straight back. Horribly wrong there. Defend the inside, I think. We'll have to defend the inside again.
We're cashing the car ahead, but be aware that these tyres need to last till the end of the race.
Yes, Jeff, will do. So our job now is to try and get Perez. The good thing is, if we can get within a second, we will have the DRS. He won't, obviously. He's a bit too far behind Albon. Yeah, that move on the move on Norris was really not expected. I mean, I was just busy commentating about tyre life, and he really got sideways and lost it. So very easily done. That's 1.1 to Perez, so we're right on the limit. Just a little bit too far ahead at the minute. Desperate to get by him though. Lewis Hamilton posts the fastest lap of the race. I wonder where he is after that grid penalty. Can't really tell at this stage. That's our fastest lap of the race, a 1:30.6. Drop Norris. .1 the gap still. Really, oh god. Just about to say, you need patience to go around that corner, and then we ran out a bit. I tried to get on the gas a bit too quick, so we've lost 0.3 of a second. Check the tyre situation. Try not to do it mid-corner, Dan, because that just won't help anything. But yeah, the rears are absolutely fine, and the front left is 30% with 7 laps to go, so I'm fairly happy with that. Fuel-wise, we're alright. Need a couple of quali laps here. I'm going to stick it back into Rich. for a lap or so. See if we can gain some of that ground. It's going to be our only real chance. I don't want to leave it too late. And if we have a clean lap, you'll be able to you'll see how much you gain by having the rich fuel mode. It has to be a clean lap to really give it accurate sort of data. And so far this is a fairly clean lap. Gap's 1.3. We are reeling in Albon slightly. 1.2 the gap. It's 3 seconds between Perez and Albon. We'll have to keep an eye on that too. Still haven't forgiven Albon for that absolutely crazy move in the first half of the race. So we set another fastest lap, or our fastest lap.
The turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
There's not a lot we can do now, Jeff, with the turbocharger. We will be replacing quite a few things, as they'll have had 6 races worth. Gap's 1.2. I definitely will be going to the stewards about that Albon incident. I mean, he got it absolutely all wrong. I mean, I take some wacky lines at times, but that was just that was taking the biscuit. Sideways out of that corner.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
So we've gone back into standard. We've gained about 3 tenths. And we're under a second for the first time in a long time. The commentator's curse is now back above a second, but hopefully we can get into the DRS zone. We just stay with him. Braking very late. There's a yellow flag somewhere.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
There was a yellow flag, it did
Yellow
flash up.
flag.
It's there again. And what's happened here? Someone had an off.
Some information on Leclerc. They're retiring from the race.
And Leclerc is out of the race.
Green flag.
The Ferrari was in about 2nd or 3rd, I would have said. But that is some extra points our way. That's brilliant news. Bit unlucky for Ferrari because they were having possibly one of their best weekends. Vettel was looking strong as well.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.7 seconds.
We've got 4 laps left to try and rein Perez in. Lewis goes fastest again.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh, we get that all wrong. And the gap to Albon, from Albon to Perez, has just increased slightly to 3.1. So it looks like the only sort of place that we potentially might get is Perez.
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
Tyres are still looking okay. that yellow flag did sort of stunt us a little bit. Really trying to push and get everything out. The gap's nearly up at 2 seconds now. But still, anything can happen in motorsport. I mean, anyone that does any sort of sport will know that the harder you try, the more sort of mistakes you make, or you know, just it seems to go more wrong than actually if you just relax and just play and be how you were being, you get the results. So 2.5 the gap with this lap and then 2 more to go. It's a shame there wasn't a safety car perhaps, and then to maybe have a 1 lap shootout towards the end with Perez. I think we might have been able to do it. I'd have done an Albon on him and dive bombed.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.2 seconds.
2.2, 2.1. Last little squirt, see what we can do.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
It's just nowhere to really like gain big chunks of time, which is what we're after at this stage of the race. Use all the boost down the straight. I suppose here and here are the two places where I've looked most racy. It took me 6 laps to get with, you know, half a second closer, sorry. And then, you know, quickly just drop back. Bottas goes fastest. He obviously wants the extra point for the fastest lap. And this is going to be another race where the racing point's just going to be in eyesight as we cross the line. The last lap
This
of the
is your
race.
final lap of the race.
Tyre situation's looking good. Front left brake is a little bit on the hot side, and if you...
Gap to car in front is 2.2 seconds.
So I'm not really showing many people this graphic, but you can see there that there's a few of our parts there that are looking very warm. So we'll have to get them replaced. I will just put that back into lean just to make sure we're not crawling over the line. I don't know whether anyone noticed, I think it was the last race, or maybe the one before, I can't remember. And just as we crossed the line, it went into low fuel mode. I think it was France actually, which is quite funny. Yeah, so we really sort of left nothing on the table.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
So yeah, P8 P8's P8, isn't it? We started 6th, we were 4th.
Here we are then, a fantastic British Grand Prix, and what a performance it was from our race winners today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Well, that one seemed to go quite quick actually, considering most of the videos are sort of 55 minutes to an hour if we finish, and this one's sort of on the just over 45 minutes. But yeah,
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
so it looks like Bottas won. I'm not sure who got second. Hamilton got second, so that's a fantastic result for him. Fantastic. And Vettel third. So we'll have a look when it flashes up. We'll have a look at the
So let's
race
review
result.
the drivers' standings. That lead at the top of the table has shrunk somewhat today. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
So yeah, started 6th, went up to 4th. Before the pit stops, I think I was around the 10th mark, possibly 11th. A good overtake on Lando towards the end, and we just didn't quite have the pace to get past Perez. So P8, can't really complain too much. It's points, it's 4 points, and a bit of a damage limitation. Bottas wins it. Lewis, a great drive from Lewis, as you can see there. And everyone else sort of, Max sort of was the big loser out of all that. Started P1 and obviously didn't have the race pace, so just have a look further down the field, and again another McLaren there, 15th. Really doesn't have the pace. Jack Aitken 19th, so he beats the 2 Williams, so he's not repaying that contract negotiation just yet, but he wants to. Going to the standings, and we're still in P7. Perez pulls away from us slightly, Ricciardo gains on us slightly, Albon gains on us, so it's a very good dynamic. I think from P6 to P9 is where we're going to be looking for season 1, and anything above that's fantastic. Lewis is beating Valtteri by 1 point, which is absolutely amazing considering he's had 3 grid penalties, I think, and Bottas has had none, so it's interesting. So we'll go to the constructors, and nothing's really changed in terms of it's us battling with Renault, and that's the closest real battle, and Ferrari and Red Bull as well, and Mercedes are 220 points clear, so they're very dominant. So yeah, so that's that. Thanks for watching, and a good result, like I said. I'm not sure what the next race is. Could be Imola, could be, I can't remember off the top of my head. But thanks for watching again, and like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you hopefully very soon. Alright, thanks for watching. Ta-ra.